Hey, it's quitting time, so how about an update?
All done.
I left you alone because I knew you were doing wiring.
Oh, tired. Anyway,
Long day.
the last video we were asking, I guess it was last video, been that long, I don't remember. We were asking what to do with Arctic spreader. Should we put it on the truck?
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Right?
Yep.
Should we put it on the BX or should we put it on the 5740? So we decided to go with the 5740. And the reason being is because, well, the truck is usually put away in the winter. We have no reason to use it. The BX got the backhoe on it.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, I don't want to be out in the freezing cold wind
No.
on a tractor with no cab. This got a universal skid steer system on it. So our friends at Newfoundland Kubota Limited hooked us up with a blank, universal blank. And we had to modify it a little bit. And we got, so we made a blank first. Now we didn't do a video on it, folks, because I'm going to tell you why. This has been ongoing for about 2 weeks.
That's right.
And I know people wouldn't watch it. They just would not watch it. There was a lot of stuff involved, but I mean, it's just the way it is. We get the stats from YouTube and we know what works and what don't work. That wouldn't have worked. You might have got 3,000 people or something watching it, but anyway, so what I did, I still kept you all in mind, so what I did is I took pictures along the way of each process, you know? Sometimes I forgot and had to go back and take more pictures. Because you get carried away in this work.
Yeah,
and,
carry along.
And you're there working on something, and then upper management will come and say, well, you got to drop that now because I got something for you to do, and you need to do it. And so anyway, so you're back and forth like that.
Always my fault.
Well, it is.
Always my fault.
I just like to come out here and putter all day, but apparently I'm not allowed to do that.
No, you can't do that.
No, I'm not allowed to do that. So
No.
anyway, so it ended up on the 5740. Now, people said, well, it's going to be hard to move it around. Well, what we've done is we've designed a dolly system that stays on it. We modified it like we modify the tractors. We try to do it without having to drill anything. So we made up a little dolly system that stays on it, and it's all cold galvanized. And fella said, buddy of mine said, well, you know you got to put LED lights on it. So,
Yeah, no.
well, I said, no, I'm not going to put LED lights on. I'm going to use it in driveway. Yeah, but you know you got to put LED. So anyway, we put LED lights on it. And of course, where this license plate holder went, we modified it. We put a strobe light there. And we used all the existing bolts. Then when we got it all done with regards to fitting and everything else, then I started to think about doing the wiring. Now, there's a lot of wiring in that tractor. There's all kinds of wiring in that
Too
tractor.
much to mention.
Yeah, I mean, there's clusters of it going in the cab. So, I mean, there's the Mini Justice strobe light, the ditch lights, not the ditch lights, the alley lights. Then there's the LED lights. Then there's the backup beeper, and then there's this, and there's that, and then there's stuff for the blow snower. And then, so anyway, it came time to mount this. And I said, well, and then this came with it. And then I said, well, it's a good hardy system. Like this is good gear. There's no doubt about it, this is good gear. But in the tractor, I really had nowhere to put this because this needs to be in your hand or by your, and I didn't want to see a big wiring harness coming down over the cab everywhere. So, and this here is for the vibrator, and that's another pile of wires that would have to be ran into the cab. And so let's go out and we'll see what we show you what we have done. Folks, the world has gone crazy since the last video. Man, I'm telling you, it's depressing.
It is.
It really is. But anyway, folks, this is it. So at the end of the video, guys, guys and gals, you're going to have you're going to see still pictures next to this, and it'll show basically what we done with it. So first of all, where the license plate went, we made up our own bracket. Now it has a LED strobe. It has the dolly system with brakes on it, swivel wheels. It's very easy to take off and put on. This here is it's supposed to be a literature tube, but I use them for a lot of other things, like on snow blowers and stuff. I use them on snow blowers and put shear pins and wrenches and stuff in them. Well, in this case, this has support straps, and they'll go in there when it's not used. And of course, it's waterproof as well. LED lights, amber on each side, and you can adjust the pattern. I got them on a certain pattern now. I got them on that one.
Okay, that
I don't know what name it is.
Everyone recognizes that though.
Yeah. No. Seizure stuff. And there's another one here, and they're aluminum lights, and there's a gasket between them. So all the bolts are all stainless. Everything is stainless. Little bumper there with a reflector on it, and there's the universal skid plate. And so you just pull the pin, and when you put her down, you just pull all of this clear. Here's the system that I used. This here is a wireless system for these machines. 2 wires. This is for the LED lights, and this here is just for the wireless system. So in other words, it's got a 150 amp circuit breaker that came with it. It's hooked up to the battery. I can take this and in 10 minutes have it on the truck or on Kathy's van, plug it in to the trailer hitch, and it's only 2 wires.
You're funny.
Yeah, there's only 2 wires, and you can take this anywhere. So if you have a company that uses multiple spreaders, and you got a truck out on the field that the spreader broke, well, you can take this and put it on his truck, and all you need then is a remote. Ooh. A remote, right? So you can go, and it's magic. You can go. Right?
Scared me. What's wrong with you?
See?
We're gonna do it again? It's magic.
I'm telling you, this is wicked. It's just a coincidence I got this in my hand.
Coincidence.
And anyway, so then if you come over and you look at the disc, the flicker disc.
Flicker?
The flicker disc. Turn them on. You can turn them on high.
Twist that. The flicker disc.
Then you can turn them down lower. And lower. Well, I'll go high. Lower. 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 Lower.
Okay, I can't go any lower.
Oh, okay. Right? And of course, Artie, this is a option. This here is a gate valve.
Oh, yeah?
And you can adjust the amount of salt that comes out.
Oh, okay.
So if you got like a great big plate of French fries, you're going to want this wide open.
Good to know.
Right? You only got a small pack, like you usually eat, then you got to close it right off. Okay? You don't want too much salt on your fries.
Don't want too much salt. Can it dispense vinegar?
Yeah, we probably need a sprayer for that.
For mine, especially.
I'm telling you, boys, brutal. She puts vinegar on everything, on cornflakes and everything.
Well, not quite.
Not cornflakes. So anyway, yeah, the other thing we did with this, and somebody on Facebook gave us an idea for this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so Kathy designed it, and I installed it. So instead of carrying a knife with you, you throw the bag down on that, wiggle it back and forth, and it rips in half.
That's right.
And you dump your salt in.
That was a good idea.
Yeah, so it was good, yeah. So it worked out perfect, right? So, the remote, it can work, well, we counted off 75 feet.
Yes, we did.
Yeah. So, we gave up at 75 feet. I just got tired of walking away from the tractor.
That's right.
So I said, well, if you're in a vehicle that's 75 feet or longer, you don't need this. You need a salt boat.
That's right. You need a ship.
One with clamshells, they can pick up the
That's right.
salt and dump it over the side, right? But yeah, so I'll show you what it's like with the lights on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hang on. Because he knows what you're going to do.
Right.
Oh, yeah, copyright infringements, if they recognize as the song. Hang on. Are you hanging on?
Yes. Everybody's hanging on.
Yeah.
So you had her rocking.
Yeah. I only had radio on for news when whatever I was doing the last time I was out. So yeah. So if you're going down the driveway and somebody's coming up, well, if you don't see that, if the light's going on and stuff,
That's right. You
there's
shouldn't be
something
out.
wrong, really, you know, I mean, I don't have the strobe lights.
This is helpful, but the cool factor too.
Oh, yeah, well. I'm going to tell you something.
You got a
No
reputation.
mosquitoes out here.
No mosquitoes.
Holy smokes, I just saw one there going by with a fur coat on.
Listen, you got a reputation to uphold too, Mr. LED.
Well, that's the problem, see? I really did not want to put LED lights on this. But anyway, hey, it's the cool factor.
It's the cool factor.
You know, you got a reputation to uphold. If they say they want to see lights on, they see lights on
See
it.
lights on.
But I'm telling you, folks, with regards to this sander, or salter, it's built. There's nothing else they could have done to improve it.
No.
It was just like everything galvanized. What's not galvanized is stainless steel. What's not stainless steel is polyethylene. Poly.
Holly,
Yeah.
the snout is running.
Your snout is running? You better catch it. Because that might be hard to get back on your snout.
It's the cold.
So yeah. So like I say, and then of course the beauty with this, you can take this, drop it down, take it off, wheel it in the shop, and keep it in out of the weather. And when you're ready to use it, you can have your salt already in it. Push it into the receiver, put the pin in, 2 little harnesses to plug in, you go sanding.
In business.
Yeah, and that's the only thing you're going to have in the cab.
All right.
So it's a pretty good deal.
No, won't be getting any sleep.
Hang on
either.
now. Or
That's not nice.
well, you know, you got to use your imagination.
Well, you're using your imagination.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's the last mod for that. I got everything's modded. I even modded the plow down there.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's cold, isn't it?
that's brutal, isn't it?
Yeah. Gonna be really cold the weekend.
It's going to be cold for a while. Then it's going to warm up to about 8 degrees, and then we're going to have torrential rains with 100-kilometer-hour winds
Wow.
from the south. That's from that way to that way.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Say goodbye.
Anyway, folks,
Hurry up.
I got an upset stomach. I got to go in.
Me too, 'cause before I perishes.
Folks, listen. All jokes aside, these are very serious times for everybody. Protect yourselves.
Yes.
And,
stay safe out there.
Stay safe because, man, this is crazy.
Very scary.
This is absolutely crazy. And if you think I'm not worried, you're wrong. I'm worried.
We are.
Everybody's worried.
Everybody's
if you're
worried.
not worried, you're not going to take the precautions. This is very serious poop.
Yes.
Listen to what your medical people tell you and obey it by the law because it's your life that depends on it. I don't know how I can tell you, express it even. even more serious than that. This is serious stuff. When you have countries closing borders and stopping people from coming in, flying in,
Businesses closed.
businesses closing, and daycares closing, schools here are closed now indefinitely.
Yeah.
They're hoping to get back next September. You know, like, companies are going to suffer, individuals are going to suffer, banks are going to suffer. Look what oil is doing. Oil is very important. Like, I know nobody likes to pay high prices for their gas, but you know something, I always call it a bit of a trade-off. If we pay whatever for our gas, and it is high here at times, it creates jobs for people. You know, it's all a trade-off. That's how the economic system works. And right now it's not working. Right now it's broke, and it's broke terribly bad. All because of a thing that you can't even see that can kill you almost instantly. So protect yourself, folks, and I'm serious. Really protect yourself. And we'll see you in the next video, God willing, and you guys take care. God bless.